I can't, Taylor. I can't stand you, man. Get your man. All right, man. I got this man Tramell crazy, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of On Second Thought, where we talk NBA basketball. So if you like NBA basketball, this is definitely the show for you. I am your host, Tramell Jeffers, and alongside of me are my co-hosts. We have Taylor York and we have my guy, Jerome Bradford. How y'all doing today?
I'm good.
I'm pretty good, man. It's been a week since dealing with my terminal illness. So I've been, able.
Yeah, we know we got something coming up for both of y'all later on in the show. So stay tuned for that. I can't wait.
The sun back out. You feel me? Outy last week. It's cool now. You all right?
Well, I'm doing good. Got my mimosa right here.
That's a little pour up.
Jerome, where you at, man? Come on, get with the program.
Oh, man.
I see.
You don't see me with the pour up. Did y'all see that glass? That motherfucker hit. Hold on.
All right, man. You go ahead, pour up a little bit
on the air,
and then we're gonna get started.
My little Shay Sharp,
Oh my god.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough.
Nah, man, he was like, don't get too crazy with the bottle. He said, we need you for that.
All right, so you ready?
Yeah, I'm solid now.
Let's get to it, man. So we've seen a lot of these young superstars, man. They balling in these playoffs. Balling. You got Trae Young, Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. You name them, they balling. All the young superstars. So the question is, are you all surprised of how they performed in the playoffs so far in 2021? Are you surprised about the progression?
I'm not surprised. Because you have to think about like who they're coming up under. You have KD, LeBron, rest in peace, Kobe. You have all these greats that have basically like taken them under their wing. They attended the camps that they were at, and so look at them now. Devin Booker's playing amazing. Luka's playing amazing. Donovan Mitchell is playing amazing. Like a lot of people didn't really expect for the Jazz to play at the potential that they're playing on the playoffs right now. And then you got Trae Young being Trae Young. Like we knew he was great when he was at Oklahoma, and now he's here, in the second round of playoffs with the Hawks. And you have to think about where the Hawks were at last year. They were not great, and he's put them on his back. So I'm not surprised that this whole group, I'm not surprised at how they're playing at all.
Me personally, I'm surprised. I didn't expect all these guys to average 25 plus points per game. Like I mentioned, Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Luka, Trae Young, all of them are averaging over 25 plus points, and most of them are averaging over 30. Even Ja Morant, I forgot about him. I didn't expect this in the playoffs. Yeah, they do it in the regular season. They're performing well in the regular season. But when you get to the playoffs, it's supposed to be a totally different ball game. And these guys are just acting like it's the regular season, and they continue to do what they're doing. And some of them have elevated their game in the playoffs. Ja Morant, he elevated his game in the playoffs. Jason Tatum, when he got to the playoffs, continued to do what he did in the regular season, score the basketball. Devin Booker, he's showing why he's one of the most underrated players in the league. Donovan Mitchell, he's showing why he's an up-and-coming superstar. And then Trae Young, the most surprising one to me was Trae Young. I thought once we got to the playoffs, teams would trap him, teams would get physical with him and take him out of his game. But he elevated his game in the playoffs. So all these superstars have surprised me, except for Luka Doncic. I expected that from him. But these other guys that I named, they definitely surprised me. So, yeah, I'm surprised. What you got, Jerome? You surprised? Yeah or no?
Why are you surprised? Like, hasn't this been happening since the beginning of time? Like,
I mean, yeah, you look at last year, it was the bubble. Everybody made the excuse for the bubble. So I thought this year, coming into it with fans back in the stands, stuff will go back to normal. But I see this is a new norm now.
I feel like just with just the nature of the NBA and just pioneering like a new era. I feel like we've been seeing this. Like, didn't D Wade get to the finals? What, year 3? Bron got to the finals year 4. KD was in the finals year 4. They made Melo made the playoffs as a rookie. Like they've been. I mean, Magic Johnson, for crying out loud, went to the finals and won it as a rookie. Like I feel like we just are now just seeing a new era come in now. So I mean, if you pay attention to grassroots basketball, like you know what a superstar look like. You know what I mean? Like we're not talking about just all the number one picks, because we know all picks aren't made the same. And quite recently, in the last couple of drafts, we've been getting a lot of superstars that we've been quite frankly sleeping on. So I feel like it's just a new age, you know what I mean? And I mean, you can like kind of foresee it coming just for a couple of them. A lot of them is different. Like Trey, I mean, he was literally leading college in points and assists. I mean, yeah, I mean, he just came out of nowhere, special, Tatum, Luka, all of them. So I just feel like it's just the coming of a new age. And I mean, 15 years from now, you feel me? We'll see some other young bulls going crazy. But yeah, I feel like we just seen it's like a cycle. You know what I mean? So it's just our era coming in now, it's going crazy. So I mean, I love it. NBA's in good hands.
I just guess I didn't see it coming so soon. But like you said, and I didn't expect all of them to do this at the same time. I would have expected Luka, maybe Jason Tatum, but
Like kind of like
all
a
5, 6 of
stagger.
these guys, yeah, they're all doing it at the same time. So I guess that's why it's so surprising to me. But let's move on and let's talk about defense wins championships. You know, they always say that. They say it in football, they say it in basketball, but a lot of people are arguing that that doesn't exist anymore. I want to know what y'all think. Does defense still win championships in the NBA today? Taylor, what you think?
Well, I don't. My thought is it doesn't, because you have a lot of teams, like you had the Warriors go on their run and they were like the best offensive team for that span of that many years. And now you have the Nets and they're basically unstoppable on offense. They have probably the 3 greatest that we have seen thus far offensively, and they're going up against the Bucks, and the Bucks are supposed to have the number 1 rated defense, and you saw what they did the first 2 games. They should have won game 3. So I feel like it comes down to the wire. Like defense will win when it comes down to the wire, not like during the game. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to be like the last 30 seconds, somebody's up by 2 or the game is tied type thing or whatever. I think that's where it's changing now. Defense is, I mean, it's important, but it's not where it used to be.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you, Taylor.
Of course.
I'm gonna just go back to the past. Last year, the NBA Finals, the Lakers and the Heat, 2 top 10 defensive teams. The Lakers were a top 5 defensive team. The Heat were a top 10 defensive team. You go back to the year before that, Toronto and Golden State, 2 top 10 defensive teams. The year before that, Cleveland and Golden State, 2 top 10 defensive teams. I think every year you're going to see 2 teams in the NBA Finals that have great defensive teams. And this year we're kind of on pace with that, especially in the Western Conference. You still have the Clippers in it. They were top 10. You have the Phoenix Suns. They were top 10 in defense, and the Utah Jazz as well. So one of those teams will be in the NBA Finals on the Western Conference side. Now in the East, it might be a little different. We might see the Brooklyn Nets in the NBA Finals. And this year on defense, they finished 22nd. So it might be a little different for them. But the only reason that is because they have so much power on the offensive side. Nobody can stop them. They had 3 superstars. And you can also argue for Blake Griffin being another star on their team. So I think defense definitely does win championships. That still exists. But the Brooklyn Nets might be the team to change that this year. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it could stay the same. Hopefully Milwaukee can prevail and come back and win this series, or the Philadelphia Sixers can get to the NBA Finals somehow. But yeah, I think it definitely exists. So I'm gonna have to disagree. What you got, Jerome? I see you making a little face. I want to hear what you got to say.
I got something to say, but you got to go first. I'm gonna let you say what you need to say.
It's not 1982. Like a great defense coupled with a great offense is not winning. I don't care who the hell you put on the great offensive player. Like if he's hitting shots, he's hitting shots. If you can't hit shots, you're not hitting shots. That's just the math's not going to work. And with all those teams you mentioned, they had historically great offensive players. So I feel as though you gotta provide some context with it. Like, you know what I mean? Like I feel as though we were. And if you don't have the dogs, the talent to, kind of match up with your defense. No, I mean, I'm sorry, I've been off the little mimosa a little bit while y'all was talking. Anyways, it's just not going to happen. I'm for one who's just solely on the bandwagon that talent wins championships. And yeah, talent can play great defense, but talent is solely the reason why. Because I don't care if you have 5 lockdown defenders versus 5 scores. The 5 scores are going to win every single time because they're just going to know how to get a bucket. And odds are the 5 defenders will be offensively deficient. So they're not going to be able to score to make up for the difference of their great defense. Just because you hold a great score from 32 to 26 and you still getting 12, what? He still outscored you 14 points. That's not helping us in no type of way. It's when you have to make him guard you on the other end is where we start to get that back and forth. So, yeah, man, I'm going with talent overall.
I guess we just gonna have to disagree. We just gonna have to agree to disagree. I'm still going with defense wins championships.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm against y'all. Of course.
Get your defense.
Defense won championships, the Heat will win.
Taylor, let him get his defense.
What'd you say, Taylor?
If defense won championships, the Heat would have beat the Lakers.
I mean, the Lakers had a top 3 defense last year. Last time I checked, they were both top 10 last year, and they have LeBron James. But that's another argument for another day. But let's move on to the hot takes. And you just trying to stall time because you have to take hot sauce.
I'm really not.
We didn't forget. So yeah.
I didn't forget either. Let me remember. I told y'all that my mama didn't raise a punk. Therefore, if I wasn't a punk or if I was a punk, I would be stalling. But I'm not stalling.
Okay, well, before you give y'all,
you gonna be with us soon because I could have sworn one of your takes is looking a little ugly right now.
Ooh,
ugly. One of your, didn't you have a certain team with the going to the Eastern Conference Finals?
No, sir. I had the Utah Jazz going to the Western Conference Finals. Right now, it's looking like I'm 3-0.
You didn't say the Hawks were going to the Eastern Conference Finals?
I didn't say that. I didn't.
Can we pull it? You didn't say that?
I did not say that. But yeah, you're trying to stall so you won't take that hot sauce. But let's get to it. Taylor, you take your hot sauce. Jerome, you go ahead and do it too. You got another one.
He has another one?
Yeah, he has another one. He said
it was a double-edged sword.
Yeah, he said the Mavericks were going to the Western Conference Finals.
It was a double-edged sword. It's all right. I'm gonna have to take one to the head.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's go. There we go. All right, Taylor, now give us your next hot take. And what are you going to be taking hot sauce with next time?
My hot take for this week is that if Paul George and Kawhi Leonard do not score a combined 60 points tonight, they're going down 0-3.
Okay. I might actually agree with that one, Tayller.
If it's not done, out of there.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and go next. I'm on my way to go 3-0 right now. I'm 2-0 at the moment, halfway done, so 2.5-0 right now. And my next hot take, since y'all complained last week and said it was lukewarm, I'm gonna go ahead and give a sizzling hot take. I know DeAndre Hunter is out for the Atlanta Hawks. He's out for the rest of the season. He's their second best scorer on the team. It's gonna be tough for Atlanta to come back, but I believe in them. They're down 2-1. I have the Atlanta Hawks beating the Philadelphia 76ers in 7. And I have them going to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now I'm saying it, Jerome. The Atlanta Hawks will go to the Eastern Conference Finals. And I'm going 4-0 with my hot takes. Now it's your turn, Jerome. Let's get it. What you got?
But when I speak, I can't stand you, man. All right, man. I got this man Tramell crazy, man. I got the Clippers winning in 7, man. LA boy, man. Know what I mean? I feel them. They can't go out this way, man.
At this point, man, you just trolling. Like seriously, you
Are
really
you
trying
going
to
to
take some
go
more
0
hot
3
sauce.
just like
I
your
got my
Clippers?
what?
You
My
love
Clippers.
hot sauce, man. You trolling. Come on, man. It's
You
not
finna
even.
be 0
It's not
3
even good
just
acting no
like
more.
your
Hey,
Clippers.
it seems as though when their back is against the wall, that's when they play well. It's when you think they're going to win that they disappoint you. But when their back's against the wall, surprisingly, you can see it. But
Yeah,
You
so
lucky you don't have enough time for me to break this down for you, because I would dissect this so quick if we had time.
it's the champagne talking, but it's cool. He'll have another.
Just tell him to
hot
slow down on the floor and look at him.
sauce. He'll have another shot of hot sauce next week. I can't wait. Ooh, I can't wait.
leave NBA off key. Ain't that right, EP?
But y'all stay tuned. Everybody in the audience that's watching, I really appreciate it. We thank y'all. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know who had the worst hot take for this upcoming episode. For the next episode, let us know who had the worst hot take, and let us know what you think about our first 2 topics that we discussed. This is On Second Thought, and we'll be back next week, so stay tuned. For exclusive shows and premium content, subscribe to the Polaris Network on Patreon.